K-pop trainee in FM Entertainment and... My name is Beomhan. I was a former K-pop trainee. Sitting here talking about how I'm fucking ugly. Look at yourself! I just had to sit through it the whole time. Just fucking smile. Just fucking smile. Just fucking smile. Things will get fucking smile. Just fucking smile. Things will get fucking better. Things will get fucking better.
안녕하세요 여러분, 봄한입니다.
Hello everyone, this is Fonz Mega Fonz. Welcome to my channel. We are going to spend the majority of this video talking about Beomhan, but also we will mention his past and even kind of still related to his current future, the groups that he was in, etc, etc, etc. So just a brief history before we begin, before I start posing my questions, and we might even do a reading or two because I want to know what's up. Beomhan was a former trainee at FM Entertainment, aka Fly Music Entertainment, under the subunit Mont Arena, Montu M-O-N-T, members of the national team. Personally, I don't really understand that name, but that's neither here nor there. Montu was a group that debuted in 2019. The unit that Beomhan was supposed to be a part of included Jae Chang, and they were supposed to reveal one more member. It was supposed to comprise of 3 teams making up the big group, and the original group was kind of dubbed Mont Organic because it was kind of where things started off, comprised of Bitseon, Roda, and Narachan. I will say also, go give a listen to their music because it's actually not bad. I found myself kind of, shocked that it seems like the public not abandoned them because they were doing numbers when they first debuted in 2019. Of course, 2020, the world was kind of shut down. We know what's up for at least a year or two, but it's been about maybe 3 years since then. They have kind of got their sea legs back. They've been doing their tour stuff, blah, blah, blah. Jae Chang was kind of Beomhan's social media bestie, also kind of his partner in crime, who also was under Mont Arena, had his own solo career stuff going. He is currently in One Pact, which is one group that was formed under a whole other situation, BDU, which is a survival show project group. Go support him. The man really never sleeps. He has some pretty decent covers. I don't know. Listen, the truth is, no matter what you think about Jae Chang, his face, whatever, he seems a decent person. I don't know him personally, but he never sleeps. He works hard. Go support him. Go listen to his covers, please. Back on our main subject of today, Beomhan. His tagline to the world was that he's a K-pop trainee, and for the longest time, he was an idol trainee until he recently debuted with his song Me, Myself, and I, which got him an enormous amount of backlash and people laughing at him, which if you listen to the original version before it was remixed into something decent after he ran a contest for somebody to help him mix and master, maybe even re-edit the video, I think, but it was mostly about the track itself. It was a little bit sad, but also a little bit funny because, honestly, I was expecting something entirely different. All that aside, Beomhan has been around for a while, and I have a couple of questions. For him being around this long and having this sort of understanding of social media, I find it confusing that he is not, numbers-wise, doing as well as, his technical counterpart, Jae Chang, who is still managed by their company. There are shortcomings, of course, because the company is smaller for Jae Chang, but he still manages to pull numbers. Versus Beomhan, who is indeed completely independent, but he does a pretty decent job managing his business, and business is at that. Aside from a solo career, he has talked about music coming. He's even made tracks pre-debut back when he was under FM Entertainment. He has a snack box company. He used to do streams on Twitch. Every once in a while, he'll go live on one of his platforms. He was taking fan calls. He's got a Discord server. I'm trying to figure out what the tea is. Of course, we would have to maybe decide to pick up the cards and dig into the past and even talk about his future. And if you'd like, I would be more than happy to do another analysis like this on, Jay Chang and even the rest of the members of Monta. Like, they don't seem like bad guys. I'm just in an investigative mood, if you will. We're not that far in, but allow me to kind of explain some of my thoughts and my feelings, and of course, some of the controversies and the ups and downs that Beomhan has experienced thus far in his career, which definitely can make a considerable difference in terms of his numbers versus Jay Chang's numbers. We know, not like Jay Chang is a perfect person, nobody's a perfect person, but Beomhan has had some moments that I guess what you might call the public find distasteful is the word. Jay Chang, his whole personality was being the sweet boy heartthrob type vibe. Beomhan preferred, I would say, in my observation, to be the goofier character, the belligerent, cracking jokes all of the times, the crackhead, if you will. Unfortunately for him, there were many times that backfired. Cracking jokes like, well, good luck if you're a woman. Now it's Trump. Hee ha haing. The other time, he was on Instagram Live, crashing out. Of course, a little bit of that crash out was warranted, especially because his mental health could have just not been well at the time. He was definitely working a lot during that period of time. That's one thing that Jay Chang and Beomhan have in common. Whether they're dealing with a company or not, they are outside working. It would be remiss also not to mention the thirst trap adjacency that both Jay Chang and Beomhan had to kind of participate in to get those numbers together. Also, aside from the fact that it is a little bit a part of idol culture to be doing things for fan service for your fans. So of course, dance challenges, funny type videos, and a very particular one that I can think of that people used to really be giving Beomhan some shit about was his cover, if you will. Cover is a decent word. Cover remixing almost of Espa's Armageddon. And the way he was wiggling his finger, y'all gonna see it on the screen once these visuals are here, but ooh, buddy. It seemed like there were some who find it charming, and there were some who find it funny. There were some who find it straight up cringy, the way he would remix the dances. But it was still, in a way, I believe, it was uniquely him, or his attempt to make it uniquely him. Can you blame somebody for trying to be themselves or portray themselves and attract some attention by building what they think and feel is charisma? You can't see me waving my hands like I'm weighing a scale, but I see both sides. But I'm not going to pretend I was not laughing in my throat about it. Also, goodness gracious, y'all. I'm acknowledging that it is a little bit late in the video, but I'm going to acknowledge some of this does hinge upon views, right? But not all of it matters with views, because you can go check his TikTok page and see that he does pull in some millies. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what kind of checks he's cashing out of that creator fund. By no means am I saying the boy is broke. I just want to know where the consistent, concerted efforts of support are. Where is he planning to go with his future? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We have yammered on a lot, so let's just jump into a reading before we wrap it up. What's going on with his career prospects to the end of the year, and what does he need to watch out for? And if you guys would like me to do more Beomhan videos or deep dives, I guess, as we're trying to understand what's up, I will request it in the comments. But for the first pile, what are his prospects for the next 6 months, essentially to the end of the year? 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands reverse, Ace of Swords. What does he need to watch out for? 2 of Wands, 8 of Swords, the Temperance, and then of course the overall Hierophant and the 3 of Cups. So in terms of his career outlook, he's going to be overworked and overburdened, or at least be feeling like that. He might have some decent ideas, but I feel like it doesn't feel like they're going to have soul. You know what I mean? He's going to do ideas that are going to feel technically, decent enough, stable enough. But is it really making his heart soar? Is it making his heart beat? Or is it what he has to do to make ends meet in that sense? He's also going to want to watch out for his mental health, because that overworking is going to take a toll on him, besides the fact that his mental health could already just be fragile at this time. So he's going to want to watch out, because he's going to be carrying all 10 of these sticks, and they very well could just fall out of his hands and end up leading towards disaster once more for him. So he should be cautious. What for him to watch out for? Honestly, I feel like this represents the direction that he might want to go. Or rather, even trying to figure out the direction that he would like to go with himself and with his career going forward. He's going to be feeling trapped by all of the things around him. So maybe some of the businesses he started, the affairs he's promises, the ideas that he's put out and started to put work into, they're going to kind of make him feel trapped, maybe even drain some of his money, or make him feel like it's draining his finances and it's not turning over and turning out the way that they're supposed to. So what he really should be looking out for is trying to seek balance. He could be achieving some of that by seeking advice from others and trying to understand, but he might find that what best works for him is focusing on what personally satisfies him, that could turn out the way that would make maybe some more money and make things make more sense, as opposed to maybe the way he's doing it right now. He also at this time is going to want to be looking out for support from maybe, let's not even just say just friends and family, but people who celebrate and support him at this period of time, who kind of encourage him to experiment creativity wise and try other things, as opposed to him following a more rigid pathway, I suppose, with ideas that are a lot more objective. And in a sense, he could be lacking in passion in terms of the way he's doing his work, which is in turn killing his soul. I don't know, guys. Killing his soul is a bit of an exaggeration, but not really. Either way, we do know there is new music coming out. Hopefully it's better. No cap. I didn't like Me, Myself, and I, and that's the start of it, and I'm not gonna go any further there, because this is not a hating video. This is just an exploring and understanding and a little bit of reading. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I guess if you like Beomhan, wish him some luck. If you don't like him, baby, I don't know what to say. But you're not gonna get me dragged over here today, baby. So that's all that I have for you. Like I said, if you want me to do more readings, or if you would like to ask me some questions, drop them in the comments, or run over to my Tumblr and ask me some questions. Or if Beomhan, you happen to see this and you want to collab, baby, I don't know, send me some money, you and them motherfucking veneers. Peace out. If you can't get down with the get down, don't get down with us. And yo.